Hi guys, welcome to today's pick a card reading. Today we're going to go ahead and look into what messages your passed on loved ones have for you and who comes through in each reading. We have 4 piles I'm really excited to get into. We have the guardian angel candle lit, so really excited to connect with your passed on loved ones. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can go ahead and click the link below and follow my TikTok. I post readings on there all the time. If you like this Virgo sweatshirt, I have them available, all zodiac signs available on Sacred Visions.
When I stood up,
The 6 of Wands flew and the sun was under it, so good news coming your way. All right, without further ado, let's get into the piles. We have pile 1, which has the Citrine flame. We have pile 2, which is a black obsidian pyramid. We have pile 3, which is a smoky citrine tower. And then we have pile 4, which is a pink tourmaline piece. Very beautiful. So if you want to close your eyes and tune in and ask to be shown which deck or pile has a message for you. And without further ado, let's get into the reading. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. We're gonna go ahead and see what messages the other side has for you and who comes through in this reading. I was getting a lot of masculine energy, so this could be like a father or a grandfather. It feels more like father type, or even like if it was a brother, it feels like, or even a friend. It just feels like someone who had a really powerful force in your life or was a strong masculine, a protective energy towards you. Like I said, this could also have been a brother or something, but it just feels like a masculine energy. Okay. Focus your mind on what you really want. We are helping. Your intuition is strong. We are reaching out to help. I'm also getting to like the lights or the noises that you hear. There's just random that you might write off as a coincidence, but you know it's not. There's just something there's something specific that keeps happening in the home, where it's them trying to reach out to you or them trying to communicate to you, and it always happens at a time where you're either thinking about or like feeling down, or there's something about like the second you're starting to go into really not so good, quote unquote not so good mindset, they try to redirect you and remind you that you're supported if you feel like you're not supported or you're alone. Yeah, your intuition is strong. We are reaching out to help. Find a way to bring harmony back into your life. Take the first step. We are helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. It's funny, I also feel like this person, or even group, maybe even for some of you, opens doors for you where they help things really, oh my god, my cat's coming, that's funny. They help things align for you. They help bring the right people to you. They help, it's like the unexpected coincidences aren't actually unexpected coincidences. They're being orchestrated by something higher. And I also feel like, of course, this person became your guardian angel after they passed. Explore new ventures, move forward with confidence. We are with you. I also feel like they help you make moves or take leaps when you feel called. It's like you wake up one day and you have an inspiration. I feel like they might have visited you in a dream the night before, if you remember it or you don't, and it's giving you direction or inspiring you to move in a certain way. 5th house, you're extremely creative. You might even make music or create something beautiful. Like, hi kitty. There's just something about, interesting too for some of you, I feel like you could have their animal that had passed over. Like if they had passed over, you took on their animal or something like that. Like there's just something about animals also being prevalent. 5th house, so we got Leo type energy, but also whatever your 5th house is. I also feel like they're inspiring you to create more. I'm seeing the power of love on this card, so I feel like they may have even been a muse for some of your creations, or they helped you channel something very beautiful into the world through your creative gifts and abilities. You might have discovered that you had a certain talent because of them or because of their passing. I was seeing like a pink purple type orb, so their energy is very heart-centered and also very intuitive. So they themselves could have been very intuitive. I feel like they didn't realize it was like a gift of intuition. They just knew how to move around in life, but they were very connected to their intuition. And I feel like they're also encouraging you to do the same because they want to be able to directly communicate with you. Mars. I also feel like there's a lot of this, again, like this could have been a friend from high, like there's something about like a male, like a young male, but it could have been, they're showing up to me as young, which could mean that they always had this kind of like teenage like essence or energy, or they could have been a teenager, but there's just something about their energy or their presence is very like no F's given, and go for what you are called to go for and do what you want to do. With Pisces, Mars, Pisces, you could have Pisces, Mars, you could have Mars in the 5th house, you could have Pisces in the 5th house. Regardless, I'm hearing they know more than they think they do, because you're guided by intuition. You are able to move more than you think. It's like you always view yourself as a beginner, and I feel that no matter how much you learn or how much you grow, it's like a very humble approach, and they're kind of wanting you to grab it and go for it because you're not a beginner anymore. You're pretty advanced. Yeah, with the novice, innocence, beginner, new skill without practice. I feel like, again, this could have been something that you started recently, or you feel like 4 on the clock. Something like within the last 2 years, I'm also getting too. But you know more. You can put yourself out there. Do not be afraid of judgment, because I feel like you're going to be received very well. The Bard, music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. Again, I just feel like there's some sort of like mystical... My camera's trying to focus right back there. So, it's crazy. I just feel like... We're going to pull more tarot too to see. The Swan, transformation, trusting the psychic gifts. I also feel like your psychic gifts are extremely potent. I also feel like certain thoughts that you think are inspiring, like there's voices in your head, but there's a specific voice that I feel like they're connected to guide you or give you drive. Protection. Okay, well, they clearly are still very protective even now. I feel like they protect you from a lot of things that it's like things that you wouldn't even have known were a potential, because they protect you from it, or they guide you in a different direction, or they take you down a different street, and I'm also hearing too, if there's detours on the road and you're getting upset, or like if you keep hitting red lights, or someone is moving slow in front of you, take it as a moment to be thankful, because I feel like they're working through that person to move slower, to stop you, because you're being protected from something down the line. You know what I mean? Like you're missing something. So anytime you're in traffic or anything and things aren't moving as fast, or you have to get somewhere, know that you're being protected, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it feels like you're being halted. It's not it. Okay, let's see. What do they have to say? What do they want to help you with? 4 of Cups. I feel like they're also telling you to dream bigger or wish for bigger, and know that there's a certain wish or something that's coming in that you've wished for that is on its way, and to believe in it, like your faith in it is going to bring it quicker. I'm hearing there's only so much I can do against free will, like you have free will. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. So they could have had water sign placements. They very well could have been a Pisces, or there could be a Pisces in your life that you're dealing with. But I just feel like they are extremely like they're realizing now how intuitive they actually were. They probably already knew that, but there's something about their intuitiveness coming through to you. The World, the Hanged Man in reverse. I feel like they're wanting you to just spread your wings and, again, like stop holding yourself back, because I feel like that's another thing that they wish that they could have done for themselves too. I don't feel like in your mind they held themselves back, but in their own mind they had a lot of energy and a lot that they wanted to get done and felt like they didn't do it. And that's the one thing that they want to encourage you to do, is just do it, to live your life fully. And even I feel like you might even live in honor of them, or there's something about when you make a decision or you take a leap, it's like, I'm doing this for you, and you can feel that they're with you, and they really are, and they are fully with you. And they're also living vicariously through you, especially on vacations too, because I don't know if they took a lot of vacations when they were here, but there's something about like they get to see the world now through your lens or through your eyes. The Chariot. Yeah, and I also feel like they're excited because they get to do things through you and with you that they wouldn't have been able to do in the physical. I also am hearing like they understand, I'm hearing females, but feminine way more. They understand. There could have been like a woman in their life too that they, now it's like they see their side, they understand their side. They were so in their own perception, but they see like what the issue was. Something about they see what the issue was. Death. 2 of Swords. Again, like live life to the fullest, and obviously when you follow your intuition, you'll be put into the right situations. I feel like whatever happened to them to lead to their passing was more unexpected, or it's like I thought I had more time. But they see that Two of Wands. They see that everything happened exactly how it was meant to. I feel like there was... It's hard to say because obviously this is a general reading, so I don't want to like go into it so much. But I just feel like they knew they were called somewhere else, or their soul was called somewhere else. And I feel like they feel of service still where they're at. They still feel of service where they're at for all the people that they loved in this life, in their lifetime. Especially you, like you feel like very close to them. King of Pentacles. What I'm getting though is like they felt kind of like they've gotten so close so many times to like getting into risky situations. And this is the one time that I feel like they didn't really listen to their intuition, but they learned a lot from that. Regardless, King of Pentacles, okay. Why are they showing? They're showing up as a lot of kings though. I also see that they see the value in relationships now, or the people that mean the most to them. Judgment. I feel like, again, like they deliver you financial stability or financial security, or they help you with some sort of career. They're very invested in your career for some reason, or they're invested in the kind of ventures you go on. You might have a really inspiring line of work, or able to do things that, like it's an outside of the norm type of line of work. But it's really cool. On top of your creative abilities too. I'm hearing like make more music. Write more. You're a really good lyricist. You just are able to feel things very deeply. Again, yeah, eight of Swords. Stop holding yourself back. 9 of Cups, because they're like truly what you feel is meant for you. Like all the excitement that you get from making music and like seeing where it could go, that is going to happen if you keep persisting and you pursue it. I feel like there's someone in your life already who has a connection to somebody or something in the industry that you're going for that really could help you. I feel like they're not really like giving me much for some reason other than like listen to your intuition. I feel like because for you it's going to be a specific type of message. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like they want to set... Inheritance could have been involved in this as well, the Hierophant and the Sun too. I feel like allowing yourself to commit to things, not being afraid of the loss. I'm hearing like focus more on the gain rather than the potential loss. You'll have more fun that way. I also feel like there was this like guilt, or maybe this inner fight of feeling free or feeling like you could. Like there's like this like guilt or obligation towards them, and they want you to let go of that, because with the 5 of Wands and the Star to the 8 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups and the Temperance, they want you to have that balance and to be able to go out and celebrate and to be acknowledged and admired for who you are. They're right there with you. They want you to be around friends. They want you to enjoy the things in life that most people take for granted. And I also feel like there's a balance of like that spiritual and that physical element as well through you that you're really harnessing in and grounding in. Again, I'm getting really strong Pisces energy from this. You might even have Pisces placements. But again, it just feels like a male friend, but they could have been a brother, or they felt like a brother. It's like it just feels more adolescent than like a father. I know I was picking up on father in the beginning, but it was more of like this masculine presence that was protective, so I was interpreting it as father, but it feels more of like a friend who really was protective of you and had your back and genuinely loved you. They just weren't very like verbally expressive, but their feeling was expressed enough. And so they're saying, however I expressed to you in the physical, that's how I'm also expressing to you in the ethereal realms. So if it was more emotional, or like you could feel that they cared about you, the feelings that you get when you think of them, it's them coming to give you a hug or to give you something that will help you like push forward. I feel like asking them for help on your mission, or asking them to help with more drive, and I'm literally seeing like, I will open up the doors for you if you need me to. All right, thank you for watching pile 1. I hope that that resonated and I hope that that helped. Very beautiful energy. I hope you have the most beautiful day and I will see you in the next reading. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. We're gonna go ahead and look into what people who from the other side has a message for you. Sorry, I'm not meaning to laugh. It's not like that. It's just like live off love. When I picked up this pile, it feels like so much joy. I'm like seeing like a dog just like running in a circle, like zoomies. I'm seeing zoomies. So I'm really feeling animal energy from this pile. It's also feeling like so multifaceted. Now there's birds everywhere, but it's just feeling so multifaceted. So I'm really feeling a lot of animals. Anyway, let's get into the pile. We have fun and you must enjoy yourself too. That makes sense. Oh my God, when I was saying animals, the cat paw. Okay. And it's gray too. So I feel like it's interesting because obviously animals can't talk, but I get impressions from animals. I can verbalize what they're energetically sending me. So it's like all the fun you gave me, I want you to have fun too. I'm seeing like the house isn't empty, I'm still here. It's funny, I feel like so I'm seeing an animal, and even if you got a new animal, I can see them kind of like checking the other animal out and being like, I'm still the one. So I don't know. Just ultimately what I'm getting is like this deep soul connection with this animal who's passed over. Deep love, like a soul love. I'm getting dog. I'm seeing so many different ones, but mostly a dog. And even a cat too. Like I'm seeing dog and cat, but it's more of like even if it was a cat, it would have like playful dog-like energy. I don't know. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. We rejoice when you find love. Love comes in unexpected ways. I also feel like they brought a new animal to you. So if you did end up getting a new animal and it took a little bit of time, even like up to 3 months or something like that, which I know feels soon, but there's something about, they wanted you to feel happy. They didn't want you to feel in sorrow. And I feel like they also, like I'm seeing featured photo, like when you scroll on your phone or something and like it goes to the featured photos and there's a picture of them, that's them saying I love you. Or when you randomly see pictures of them or memories of them pop up, it's them saying I love you. Though I feel like it might have hurt to see or like led you kind of down that sad path. They don't want that anymore. They want you to know they are right there in a different form, but in a form that can give you more energy. It's giving you more because now you have a new companion as well. That's what I'm getting. Listen to your inner voice as we try to guide you. Use your intuition. We will light the path with new possibilities for your future. Stay aware. I'm also getting to, like they're working with like a grandma. They're working with a grandma. I don't know. They're working with a grandma, like who deeply loves and cares for you. They're like a unit that deeply loves and cares for you. I also feel like you could have had many animals throughout your life, or animals are just really connected to you. I also feel like if you're at a park, like if an animal randomly runs up to you, it's almost like a way for their energy to say hello, or even seeing animals that look similar to them is a way that they're saying hello. We will assist you in helping the important people in your life use love. So love is a big emphasis. You have a lot of love to give. I can feel you're a very loving person, especially when it comes to animals and giving love to things that already unconditionally love. There's so many animals in this reading. Giraffes, the leopard or the cheetah or whatever it is. I don't know. And the cat. Focus on the positives. You know there are many. I feel like that's another thing too. Is like, think of the happy times. Now there's a dog barking. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Oh my God, there's another cat. So definitely cat energy. Be creative, look for ways to build, grow, and manifest. That is so funny that my dogs are doing this right now. It's really sweet, actually. Let the animals on earth support you. Feel their unconditional love. Yeah, what I was saying. There's something about allowing yourself to be free too of any guilt or anything. What I'm feeling is the animal was ready to go when they're ready to go, even though it seemed like you couldn't do enough, or there was something like if it came down to money or like needing to pay for something and it wasn't working out, it was their way of being able to go without any kind of pain involved. Even though there was a lot of pain involved, obviously, but the pain of like the separation they were ready to go is what I'm getting. The North Node. I also feel like the animals that do come into your life are part of your destiny in some way because they bringing so much joy and unconditional love into your presence and into your home puts you on a positive trajectory and allows you to feel that more throughout your day as well. And to feel supported too, because I feel like they give messages through like your guides and everybody gives messages through your animals. In the sense, it's like if you're starting to feel down or sad and they come up to you and like you know, it's getting that love when you felt alone. So knowing you're not alone. So the North Node. Venus. Also just like, I feel like not taking your heart for granted. You have the most beautiful heart and you're so loving and giving. And I feel like it's time for you to receive. And like, that's what they're more focusing on. All of the fun that you gave to them, give to yourself too. The 11th house, Virgo. You could even have Virgo placements or Virgo energy, or they could have. But there's also something about spending more time with friends. Also even having some sort of, maybe you are an animal activist or you help with animals or you wish to help with animals. And starting to move in that direction as well, doing things for the good of others. I also feel like sanctuaries, maybe you could work at an animal sanctuary or something, or feel called to go volunteer at your shelter or something. But there's something about your soul connection with animals helping to lift the vibration of not only your life but the planet too, because it's just like such a positive impact that it has on you specifically. Virgo, yeah, I just feel like you're really connected to the earth and really connected to all of that. Partnership, disruption, okay, well, letting go, okay. I also feel like this relationship that you had with your animal or your pet is symbolic because it kind of reiterated the unexpected cataclysm of events that can happen, unexpected events happening that lead you to have to make moves or to separate from things you're not ready to separate from or that have a lot of care. There's something about learning about the cycles and rhythms of life and realizing that even in the physical, while it seems like something has died, it hasn't actually died, and your relationship is still continuing to grow and expand. And I feel like this also has in part to do with romantic partnerships that you've had as well. Even if you've ended or something, all the healing that you've done, all the forgiveness that you've done, and all the work that you've done has led for that relationship to grow into a more beautiful state as well. Even if you never speak to them or see them again, you're like clearing out karmic energies through your love. And through letting go. There's something really big about being okay with letting go and knowing something new will replace it. Joy, again, there's a lot about joy. Truth, burden, Lady of the Lake, absolute truth, courage, self-respect, responsibility. I'm just feeling you're extremely intuitive, and I definitely feel like the animals that have passed over too, especially this dog, does not let things go by you. And especially the grandmother energy as well. They don't let things go by you, and they know that you're too smart to let it go by you as well. And if things are disrupting your joy or taking away from your joy, you're meant to redirect and focus back on joy. And if those things naturally see themselves out, just let it go. Because if you're focused on the energy of joy, more joy will come to you, and that means a more joyful partnership and experience as well. I also feel like because you're so intuitive, you might feel burdened with the truth, or you feel like when you receive premonitions or you receive insight, it's like very intense or overwhelming because it's like, now what do I have to do with this information, or I have to tell someone something, or it just, instead of taking it on as a burden, look at it as enlightenment or look at it as freedom, because that is what will free you from the feeling of burden of the truth. You just see the truth. Especially when it comes to other people's relationships too. I feel like there's like a 4-4. I'm seeing number 44 on letting go. There, you could have sort of like burden energy and having to tell somebody the truth about the relationship. Like you could even read cards or like use your intuition for your work or for your friends or do things for them, and having to tell them the truth is kind of difficult. But you'll also listen to your intuition to know when the right time is to deliver that news. And you also understand too that you can know the truth, and if there's still things you have to play out before you feel like you're ready to act on the truth, that's okay too, to just know that at that point you're the one who's keeping yourself in a certain situation. 2 of Swords. Okay. What is this 2 of Swords about that they want to talk about? What is this 2 of Swords referring to? 10 of Swords. the moon. High priestess, going back to the truth. It's like the moon, you're pretending like you don't know the truth, but the high priestess, you literally know the truth or what to do. And pretending like you don't know is what's leading you to feel overwhelmed or overburdened or continue a cycle of betrayal. And in turn, I feel like you're betraying yourself, interestingly enough. Oh, high priestess, yeah, the 5 of Cups. It's like you're trying to protect yourself from a 5 of Cups moment where it's like this grief or this impending doom. That's stacked emotion. I'm getting it's stacked emotion. So if you go in right now and start to heal what has already been stacking, you'll be able to move out of this feeling of needing to make the move that you don't quite want to make yet, and you'll shift to be empowered in it to where you wouldn't expect anything less. Like you consciously wouldn't choose to be somewhere that you're not seeing the results for all of your efforts, or more pain than pleasure. That's what I'm getting. Okay. 10 of Cups, the Devil in reverse. I feel like you're holding on to a false sense of emotional stability or emotional security or emotional fulfillment, because you just want to feel that partnership, or you just want to feel something close. Good thing is this is an animal reading. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Oh, King and Queen of Swords. I feel like you're expecting somebody to tell you a different truth than the one that you already know inside, and they're just not. It's like you're letting someone lie to you. You're almost out of it though. This is more for you to help strength. Yeah, this is more for you to tune within and like channel your own sense and source of strength. So you will come at this from a empowered place rather than a stuck or sad or stagnant place. Page of Swords, 4 of Swords again. There's just something really about tuning within. My battery light also started flashing, so I feel like your time is running out, or you feel like you are being pushed to move in this direction. And if you don't really know what to do yet, meditate on it. Call on your guides, call on these passed on animals and a grandmother, because because there is something that's wanting to come out to give you some sort of truth or clarity. I feel like you learned the truth a while ago, but then your thoughts started to run rampant, or like go in it became like this back and forth inner battle to where it's like you don't even know what the truth is anymore. But ultimately, I feel like this will help your career, whatever truth or choice that you do make. You'll be able to shine more. The world, yeah, you'll literally be able to shine more, because you're going to end a cycle that's been going on for much longer than you realize or know. Page of Swords and Hangman. It's interesting. I'm getting like cutting your own stagnancy, cutting your own. That's at least what they want you to do. Just to free yourself from people who value you wouldn't do the things that this person or situation that you're in is doing. I feel like they're doing more harm than good. Yeah, Death, 6 of Cups. Even if you feel like a soul hierophant, even if you feel a soul kinship with them, like past life connection with them, 6 of Wands too. I feel like you've got to let go of the illusions, 3 on the clock, illusions that have been at the forefront in order to have the commitment that you actually desire. Because ultimately victory is yours. I mean, we got the 9 of Pentacles, the World, the 6 of Wands. I also feel like this is going to help you in your career, especially if you work in the public or you work with people and help them through whatever you're learning from this dynamic, and from channeling your own strength and having to really like, however you end up moving about the situation is going to be a pivotal or have a pivotal role in your career or what you're meant to do, especially if it comes to leadership and things like that. All these animals are here. How cute. The Magician, yeah, 8 of Swords. You can alchemize releasing yourself from being stuck. All right, let's see. I hope that this helped. I hope you loved your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Again, if you'd like a personal reading, you can go ahead and click the link below. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to go ahead and see what people or beings from the other side have a message for you. Or messages for you. Ooh, I'm getting, it's interesting. I definitely feel like there's going to be a passed on loved one that ends up coming through, but I'm seeing Lakshmi right off the bat, and I'm seeing Isis, like Egyptian type energy. So I might even pull from the gods, goddesses, and guardians deck, because I'm getting like an ethereal type energy, even like fair. It's an ethereal type energy, but it's your soul family. Okay. Take the time to pamper yourself or let others take care of you. The bees. Bees also could be, I feel like these beings or even a passed on loved one communicates with you through bees, through insects, through birds. Yeah, birds are messengers we use to connect with you. Again, a feather. Yeah, birds for sure. Random feathers you see that aren't actually random. There's like it's like they never leave your shoulder, I'm getting. Like I feel they're always with you. Always right there. Someone needs your support. Can you help them? We will guide you. I also feel like they help you intuitively give direction or guidance or channel messages for people. You're really good at giving advice. I feel like you've always been able to give really good advice since you were little, or just see something deeper. You're connected to something. Yeah, we support you as you cleanse and clear both inside and out. So I feel like you're going through like a rejuvenation period or a renewal period or something of the sort, where it's like you're analyzing and redirecting something specific. I also feel like heirlooms could be something significant, having like a piece of jewelry or a piece, like a ring, or just something of theirs that it might even be put away. It might not even be something that you wear all the time or at all, but you have something of theirs that is like you could charge it. It's potent. The energy of it is potent. Stand up for what you know is right. We are supporting you. I also feel like you're called to help people on a big scale. This could even be like humanitarian work. I was kind of getting that from pile 1, I think. I can't remember if it was pile 1 or pile 2. You could have also picked pile 1. Try not to worry. We will bring helpful people into your life. I'm also getting you don't have to do it alone. You came here to stand up for a cause that is greater than you perceive yourself to be, but you are part of the positive change of the cause. So in that, you are as great as the positive cause. You see what I'm saying? I also feel like you help children or those who can't speak up for themselves. You give those who don't have a voice. People who are in abusive situations. You could even be like in a therapist or something like that. Or again, like you're just like a channel. You help people see different things in themselves and the truth of a situation or what their role is in this life. Try not to worry. We will bring helpful people into your life. I also feel like you help people stand up for themselves because you stand up for them. You've had to stand up for yourself a lot. Leo, yeah. I definitely feel like Egyptian energy. Lionsgate portal could have significance to you. Leo, self-confidence, 9th house. Yeah, you are highly connected to the spiritual realm. The 9th house, that's like the spirit, literally the spiritual. So I'm getting you are driven to express or to stand out or to speak up based on the spiritual realm, or the spiritual realm guides you in that way, or your philosophies, your beliefs, your connection to big. I just see like big things. 10th house, yeah, destiny. 12th house, I feel like this is something that you've had to uncover or discover subconsciously or through your own subconscious efforts, past life karma, that kind of thing. And this is how you're paying back in some way, is by speaking out even when you didn't want to. It's like, you want to speak up for those who don't have a voice, and at the same time, part of you also wants to keep your voice small to not reject, to, I don't know why I can't think of the word, refrain from having someone try to take your voice. It's interesting. It's like you built yourself up to have a voice, and now you don't want to put yourself in an even bigger, quote unquote, bigger platform or situation because you don't want your voice taken again, but it'll never be taken from you. In fact, I feel like it'll amp you up even more, and because you're going to have more people who needed to hear what you had to say to help them gain their own voice back. The Wind Fairy, what was I saying? You could have a lot of 12th house placements as well, Leo placements, 9th house placements, 10th house placements. Ultimately, I feel like your Leo placements, your 12th house, or whatever, if you don't have any Leo placements, you have it somewhere on your chart, so whatever house it represents, that also plays into your 10th house career. So your 9th house, your beliefs, your spirituality, your religion, or your redirection from religion, and your 12th house, things that have happened that you've had to kind of like keep quiet and then, or like shut down, but then when it reemerged, digest it, heal it, etc. That helps you with your career. The Wind Fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. Fire Fairy, oh my god, talk about fairies, so many fairies. Wind Fairy, so like air sign energy. Fire Fairy, fire sign energy, creative action, optimism. I also feel like you have this like beautiful, elegant grace about you. When you share a really powerful message, you express it in a way that is kind still. The Hawk, Omen. Hi, Rosie. I don't know if you can see my dog. The Hawk. Hawks can be really significant too. Again, I'm getting like a lot of bird type energy for you. I'm getting like they communicate with you through mysticism, mystical. The Horse, yeah, animals as well. But I'm getting like, again, like this is deities, gods, goddesses. I'm gonna pull from that deck too. The Horse, accepting help from another, delegating authority. Again, I'm feeling like you're going to come into, you're not gonna have to do this mission or this thing alone. You're going to have people that have the same type of mission as you that want to help and also want to see it through. The Deer, gentleness, diplomacy. Is that how you say it? I don't know. She's so cute, look at her. Oh, I'm surprised she's not trying to climb up on me right now. She usually tries to get up on the chair. I'm gonna pull from this deck real quick to see who's with you. Pele. You could be really connected to Hawaii. It's interesting. My mom hosts goddess retreats in Hawaii, and they're the most beautiful, transformative things. We're going again, Lionsgate. And again, like, it is a life-changing experience. It is the most beautiful blessing I've ever had in my life. Like, I understood so much about myself. I healed so much from that, dude. There's like this hair that won't let me be. Okay, let's see who's with you. Dryad, again, like fairy type energy. I also feel like you're connected to fairies, or you might have given fairies some sort of offering. They're helping you. I'm also getting 22 angel numbers as well. You asked for help, or you offered help, or offered something to something or someone in, like, it was an offering for help or assistance, and I feel like that's answered. Thoth, again with Egypt. Pele, again on the bottom now. Hawaii really is calling strongly. Hathor, soul family, and Thoth. Okay, literally. I'm also getting too, there's like this like love from the divine masculine, or there's the way that you view the masculine has changed because you're choosing to see it from, my dog is throwing an ornament around. I don't know where she is, but seeing the divine masculine as like protective of you and caring of you rather than what your experience was throughout life. Okay, let's see. What do they want to communicate with you? Share your message. Big one. Speak your truth. Help others. Temperance. That's spiritual. I feel like you awaken people's spiritual gifts, or there's like a spiritual activation that happens when people even come across your videos. I don't know if you make videos, actually. 909. There's something about a spiritual activation, or it's like the second someone even comes into your presence or sees you or even just looks at you for a moment, they start to have a spiritual awakening, or they start to see things and notice more synchronicities, or they like, it like activates their own power just by seeing you. The moon. Yeah, things that were hidden are no longer hidden, and it's like that spiritual truth behind it. I also feel like you expose the truth about things to people and like kind of help break their protective or their defenses. You let them naturally just kind of flush away. So they let go of like a victim mentality. Okay. Page of Cups. But again, you deliver it in such a kind way. Knight of Cups. You deliver it with the resolution. You you give solutions to people's problems. Four of Pentacles. Again, I just feel like you're protecting yourself because I feel like something might have happened recently that made you want to shut down again, or like you felt rejected. But this is when you, my cat, this is when you have to, it's lively today. It is lively in this house today. That's when you gotta like really channel your higher self even more. I'm also getting Isis really strong and Pele. I feel like, I know Pele keeps showing up, but it's like, do not let the opinions of sheep mess with the lion. I don't know what that means, but consider the source ultimately is what I'm getting. 7 of Wands. You don't have to defend yourself against people who aren't even worth your time anyway. There's people, the people who are worth your time are the people who understand you. You make yourself very clear. Your message is pretty to the point. So if people are combating it or saying something rude, they're just, I know, I'm sorry to swear, but they're, and this is a really harsh word, but they're just cunty. Like they just are. So it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Do not let them smudge your fire. I'm seeing even when strength in the Knight of Pentacles facing it too, yeah, the High Priestess. You ultimately know this, so it's just like getting yourself back up and like, I'm hearing Roar by Katy Perry, the song. So really going after it. You've put too much work in, you've done too much to this point to just end it now. No, this is when you kick it up even more. This is when you go even harder. 9 of Wands. Literally victory is almost right there. 10 of Cups, yeah. 10 of Swords. That's interesting. These 2 cards came out for pile 1 as well, so you might have picked pile 1 too. There's something about, and it's like I'm getting, you can either focus on feeling betrayed or feeling left out in the cold or feeling hurt and backstabbed, or you can focus on the people who don't do that to you and never do that to you and genuinely love you and want to see the best for you and see your power and see your potential, perhaps more than you do sometimes. Letting go of your fear. 9 of Cups, King of Wands. I genuinely feel like some sort of wish fulfillment is coming in strongly for you. This is something that you've put time into, dedication is a big one. You've dedicated too much of your life and your soul to whatever it is that you're doing, whatever cause, whatever your why is. You've dedicated too much to let it go, and you will be paid abundantly for it. I also feel like you've recently let go of like old money habits or not seeing rewards for all the work you've put in and realizing that it was a matter of you loving what you do again. There's something about you loving what you do again rather than doing it for a physical thing, doing it for an emotional thing. And once you turn back into the emotion and the satisfaction and the gratification of the emotion, that's when the money started moving. And you also gained more power in your presence, in your delivery. You let go of old attachments to your money, your old money story, and even like watching your parents struggle or something like that, you've let go of that. You've decided, I feel like you don't have to put in so much work to receive rewards too, and that's another thing that you've learned or come to know throughout this. Nine of Swords. I feel like this is, sorry, 2 of Pentacles. Then the overwhelm or the overthinking I feel like has ended because you put your attention into other things that will better serve you and things that will, like you re-tapped into your why again and you re-tapped into the good feeling and you've started to see the fruits of your labor, or the results for that. Again, your spiritual, I also feel like love could be in the cards for you. I also feel like if there is a love relationship that you're focusing on or dreaming of or wishing for in that commitment, it starts with your commitment to yourself. It's like you notice that when you're more committed to yourself or your career, because your career I feel like is intertwined with you, that's when love comes in. And I also feel like you're going to have to approach love in a different way this time, or really, like if you want a different relationship experience, you're going to have to go in it from the beginning completely different, and whatever comes up to heal through that, if there's resistance to being different or opening to trust or etc., that's what you're being called to like move through right now. But I feel like it'll be easier to move through the more that you feel solid and strong in what it is you're doing in career. I feel like that's it. A lot of powerful energy though. You got a lot of powerful energy behind you. 2 of Swords, Ace of Cups, 6 of Wands. I also feel too like the Fool. You're not going to have to, what other card? Okay. You're not going to have to decide between love or career, which I feel like you were used to doing in the past. They're going to be able to coexist. Love and career will be able to coexist. I also feel like you're going to be with someone who wants to see you shine rather than wants to keep you small because they're insecure or they're jealous. Like I feel like you might have dealt with jealous partners in the past and not even realized it. And you didn't want them to feel that, or you didn't want to deal with their aggression or whatever came out with the jealousy. So you unconsciously made moves to appease them, and that also unconsciously made you not want to shine or not dedicate so much to career. But that period's over because I feel like whoever comes in is going to be someone that wants to see you shine. They've already seen you shine, so they already expect that out of you. Yeah. Well, that's your reading, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you liked this video. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can go ahead and click the link below. I love you very much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and look into who has messages for you from the other side, and see what area of life they want to assist you with right now. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not really picking up. I'm picking up on like a feminine energy for sure, but it's like kind of like I feel like she's keeping herself kind of in the back, so like I can't fully see what she looks like. I just know there's a feminine type of presence, so it's more of like a I'm always with you kind of energy, even if you can't see me. We are easing the blockage which is holding you back. Go for it. I also feel like even with that too, you might be really overwhelmed with life or something right now, or something that's going on, or something is taking too much up of your focus. And because there's no movement, you feel like you're kind of like in a standstill or a stagnancy, and that's not. And so with that, I feel like that's why they're keeping themselves in the shadows, because even when they were trying to help you, there was no getting through. So I feel like moving into an energy of, okay, you can get through. I'm looking for a solution to this stagnancy, so bring it to me. I feel like you already know what the solution to the stagnancy is, but there's a hesitancy to make the move. So let's see what that is. Yeah, easing the blockage, okay. Believe in yourself and your abilities. We believe in you. I also feel like you're being pulled to make a kind of difficult decision right now. So don't rush into making big decisions right now. Take your time. So yeah, I'm getting that. That makes sense why you're getting these feelings, you're moving in this direction or feeling called to move in this direction, yet somehow it's not the time yet. So I feel like since it's not the time yet, I know this might sound counterintuitive, just let go of the thought then. Allow yourself to focus on what makes you feel good, and then that's what will usher in new things. Go out and plant new seeds, new life seeds, so for your future. So I guess too, with this indecision, you can use it as an opportunity to be asked, to be shown what decision to make or what will lead you on your highest and best path, and start to pave your own way for what your highest and best path looks like. The kind of life you want to live that genuinely fuels you and gives you joy. Give yourself time, be kind to yourself, and heal in your own way. Yeah, I also feel like too, if you're being pressured by something to move or to do something, even by external factors that you feel is forcing you to do something, know that you can move in your own time as far as processing goes. I'm also getting to like they reach out on the clock a lot to you, but they show you a specific number that isn't your standard like 222 or something like that. It would be like your birth time or your date of birth in a time. So like if you were born on April 22nd, you would see 422, for example. Changes can bring you new life and energy. We will hold your hand. For some of you, I'm also feeling like you're being pushed to move out of your house, or there's like the time to move is now. And this would have been something that you already knew about though, like you had some sort of notice, or you're having a job change. There could be some like major life changes happening right now that you're having to navigate through, and it's overwhelmed, so it's leading to like blockage rather than an expansive energy. I feel like you're being called to really move into an expansive energy when it comes to this, because that will make this adventure exciting rather than tumultuous and stressful and intense, which I feel like you obviously do not want. So that's why you're in this mode of like standstill. Make room for that happy ending. It's now within your grasp. I'm also getting too, like goodbyes are temporary. The goodbye is temporary. You don't have to make it seem like it's a final thing, because it's not. There's something about whatever goodbye you're having to say to a hometown or to whatever is temporary. you'll revisit again from a more evolved place, and then you'll look at the goodbye differently in the future than you do right now. I'm also getting to tap into your future self. I'm getting your higher self also has messages for you that it's not that you're ignoring, you're hearing them full well, but there's a fear of jumping or fear of listening and being led in the wrong direction. That's not what's going to happen. Let us hug you. Close your eyes as we hold you close. I also feel like you just need this extra 4 on the clock. You need this extra support right now, and they're wanting to give it to you. And this could even be if you have a child around, they just come over to you and they're like, it's okay. They just intuitively pick up that you need more love because there's something telling them to go tell you. Spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. Oh. Butterflies also could be big, but also it's more of like a symbol of transformation and you creating your own transformation. I feel like you're getting a hold back on your life in the sense where you get to decide when you make changes. Changes don't decide when they're made for you. I feel like changes only happen unexpectedly when you weren't letting go of something that was time to be let go of. So now it's like you can just use your intuition, and I'm also feeling burning in my sacral and solar plexus, so you can call the shots now, as long as you actually call them. Sun, Uranus. So yeah, I feel like something's definitely been illuminated that needs changing, obviously. Some sort of shakeup. Moon. So we got the sun and the moon. I'm getting like this or that. I feel like changing the way that you're looking at something, you can make even the most minute experience worst case scenario in your mind. Your mind is very powerful. So it's important to really redirect and hone in and grab a hold of your thoughts and direct them towards what you want, which is focusing on things that make you laugh, focusing on joy. It's not to disregard the disarray or the mental disruption. It's more to show and pivot that there's other solutions or there's other ways of looking at something rather than one that you're accustomed to looking at. Yeah, so the moon. You also could have Cancer energy, or again, I'm just feeling like mother type energy is wanting to help you. I feel like you have a lot of defenders on the other side. Jupiter, and Saturn, yeah, I definitely feel like that, which you're extremely intelligent, and so there's certain lessons in your life that you know what to do, and you're able to advise other people to do it. But when it comes to you making it, there's like still things to learn. I also feel like that's allowing you to have compassion for people who aren't taking, quote unquote, taking the advice that you give. It's not that they're not taking it, it's that they don't feel ready to take it. And I feel like through whatever you're going through, whatever you have been through, you're able to see that because you also were in that place once. So Saturn and Pluto, again, there's like hard lessons in terms of endings. And so with Jupiter, I feel like that's going to be expanded. Whatever you focus on will be expanded until you literally feel like I can't do this anymore. Like I need to walk away, or I need to make this move, or I need to actually just do it, or else it's gonna feel like it's getting harder. Pluto, third house, especially when it comes to your neighborhood. I'm getting neighborhood for some reason. I feel like you're like moving out of town. And like part of you, the comfortable part is like, well, I guess it's not that bad, or I can still stay here. I can just live in this other, but you really know you're being called for something beyond what you're comfortable with. Perception. Again, what I was saying is it's how you're looking at something. I feel like believing in yourself is really going to be the key and the main purpose of whatever you're going through right now is to have total faith and trust in yourself. The cat, independence, healthy boundaries. It might be a little nerve-wracking because I feel like you might be moving somewhere that you don't know anybody, or you're being called to go somewhere that it's like new. And again, I'm getting look at it like it's a whole new beginning, a whole new world. All the good things that are coming to you are finally going to be in front of your face rather than like a lonely experience. Death, okay. Death, the frog, cleaning house. Yeah, I feel like also a lot of old things have come up. You might have cleaned your house recently, or if you are moving, had to go through a lot of things that you've like kept, didn't even know you had anymore. So it's like kind of like having to revisit things that you've already laid to rest, but bringing them back up again. I feel like it's to show you how far you've come and to be able to heal any like remnants of the past before you, so you don't carry it with you wherever you go. Yeah, releasing emotional baggage, the frog. Movement, okay. Forgiveness, okay. There's also something about forgiving someone who is incapable of giving you what you needed. 14 came up twice in this reading too, with the easing blockages card and the frog card as well. Forgiveness, trust, birth, rebirth, yeah. It's kind of like I feel like through this experience and having trust in everything that's going down and the rebirth process and it being better than what you expected, it's going to be much easier for you to move through whatever changes you're being called to make or endings that you're called to endure. Especially if you wish for a new life and then things start happening that's making you have to move to receive that new life, that's what it is. It's the universe giving you what you asked for. Just because it's not in the way or your terms doesn't mean it's not coming to you. Or it won't be worth it, because it will be worth it. I feel like, yeah, you're just saying goodbye to a lot of things. It's like, in essence, you're like mourning things that are still alive. And that's okay. Let's see what messages they have for you. 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, Lovers. Some of you might also have to be moving away from a romantic partnership or coming to terms with the fact that the relationship you feel like it's going to end, or you might have come to a mutual decision where it's going to end because you're moving or because one of you is moving. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I feel like too, you're attempting to look at the bright side. It's more of trying to navigate how to have this new life and also keep this old version going. And I'm getting it's just like it's not the time. The Lover, 6 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, this could very well have to do with the relationship, the well. Again, this is a result of your manifestation though. And I feel like it's like if you're skydiving and you get to the top and you're about to jump off and you're like, no, I don't want to do it anymore, but you don't have a choice anymore. You already were in the plane, you already ascended 10,000 feet, you already So now it's like, take the leap. It's leading you to what you asked for. So be excited for that. And also allow yourself the emotional space to hold on. I feel like you're just holding on. It's like, yeah, judgment. You asked for this. You're receiving what you asked for. And yet somehow the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles, you're still feeling like, because you can't see what you asked for yet, it's not in your current reality, it won't come. 10 of Pentacles, but ultimately it's leading you to this. Again, you don't have to make any decisions right now. You can just feel each moment, enjoy the time too, because it's like, also if you're in a relationship where you're like, this isn't gonna work, but you're still with them, and it's like you're just like spending this time grieving it rather than just enjoying it while you still have it. It's kind of symbolic for everything in life. 4 of Wands. Again, this obviously has to do with the home front. You're manifesting something bigger though. Like you are calling in something bigger that's aligned with you. Ace of Swords. I feel like this was a big leap that you feel like you're having to take, or it was a tough conversation to have. But again, like rewards are yours. Ultimately decide what you want. Ace of Wands and 7 of Cups. Decide what you want and decide to make it the best choice. Feel strong in your choices. I feel like this is also letting go of any indecision that you've had before. Death. Okay. I also feel like some of you might have, this person that's coming through that's in the shadows, they might have recently passed away, and it's something about having to like clean out their house or something like that, or like avoid, you like don't want to have to go into it. But Ace of Cups, Hierophant. ultimately too, I feel like whatever commitment you're in or relationship you're in, whatever you want it to turn into, if you want it to be something greater, it may have to go through a death rebirth cycle before becoming what it is that you asked for. Because you also have to go through a death of the programs and belief systems and the patterns that have been active in this relationship as well. High Priestess, yeah. I feel like this is ultimately teaching you how to trust your intuition and move even when you don't know why you're being called to move, but you know it's towards whatever you're asking for. 4 Cups, yeah. It's like, okay, you're meditating, you're focusing on what the universe is bringing you, again with that Ace of Cups type energy, and letting go of things that you've outgrown or are tired of. You've outgrown something, ultimately. Hermit, Knight of Swords. Yeah, I also feel like right now, it actually flew up in the reverse, so I'll just take it like that. You're being called to almost do nothing right now, and just hermit, in essence of the hermit, find out your spiritual truth, discover, ask them to show you too what's on the other side. Ask to show through your dreams or through visions or through whatever form of media you consume the most. If you want something great, you gotta align with something great. You can't get to where you want to be if you're still emotionally and energetically vibrating at this lack or loss type energy. You have to move into a gain type energy to receive that, especially with Jupiter there. It's going to expand whatever you're focusing on. So if you look at things like a gain, everything will be a gain to you and you'll gain more. If you look at everything like a loss, the losses will continue to be more painful and they're going to get harder. And that's not what you're meant to do. That's not what you're meant to experience. That's why you're even listening to this and hearing this right now. So focus on the gains, believe in yourself, and it's all gonna be good. Thank you for watching Pile 4. I hope you liked that reading. I hope it resonated. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me to get more clarity, go ahead and click the link below. I will see you in the next reading.